We are less than a week away from the NFL draft. And, Flying the Boys put out some news as they went ahead and communicated with the rest of the division. And the Eagles, Giants, and Commanders fans were all polled, and they agreed, well, what was the one thing that would scare them the most about the Cowboys, the thing that the Cowboys would do to improve that they would least like to see, and it was address the offensive line. Nobody else in the division wants to see the Cowboys improve and address the offensive line in the first round of the draft, whereas that could be maybe moving up to take Mississippi State's tackle, Charles Cross, and I am hearing a lot of buzz that the Giants are in love with Charles Cross, and they might even take him with that 5th overall pick, if not the 7th overall pick if they choose to wait. But Charles Cross is probably going to go in the top 10 of this draft. He's even in the conversation today. Jags GM Trent Baalke was talking to the media. He said they've narrowed it down to 4 players right now for the number 1 overall pick. It's between Aiden Hutchinson of Michigan, Georgia's Trayvon Walker, and then you've got Izzy Ekwonu, the NC State tackle, and Kayvon Thibodeau, but they also do like Charles Cross as well. That could be a dark horse in the conversation. I don't think Aiden Hutchinson's going 1. I think they're going to be taking Trayvon Walker there if I had to guess. But for the Cowboys, it does seem like as we get closer and closer, and I'm sure a lot of these things will start to develop throughout the next few days. But if the board starts to fall that way and Zion Johnson or Kenyon Green are available at 24, it's got to be the direction the Cowboys end up going. Stephen Jones was on earlier today with KNC, and this was interesting. As Stephen was asked, how do you process the possibility of trading up in the NFL draft?
Yeah, we did it with DeMarcus Lawrence, and it turned out to be a great move for us. Several years ago, we took a 3rd-round pick, and I think that's correct, and moved up. I mean, usually you can, in general, think, well, it's going to take, unless you're going way up the line, going from the bottom of the 2nd to the top, then you might be talking, unfortunately, as much as the next year's 1. But a lot of times, if you're moving up 5, 6, 7 spots, you're usually giving up a 3rd-round pick, which can really be a good football player for you. So you've got to really, have the feeling that this player is going to make a big difference for you, and you are willing to give up. And we have that exercise where we look and say, here's some guys that we may be giving up in order to use that pick to push our 2 up the way to get the player that we're after.
I do love that he specifically mentioned the DeMarcus Lawrence move up into the 2nd round. I think you and I would feel much better about a move up. Hey, let's use the 3rd, or let's use some of our extra picks that you have in rounds 4 or 5 and move up in round 2 as opposed to moving up in round 1. I think you stay where you are in round 1. You let the draft fall to you. But if there's a guy that you like in the 2nd and you want to move up into the 2nd round like they did with that DeMarcus Lawrence example to go get an edge rusher, for instance, or maybe there's another tackle that you like there, go up there and do that.
Yeah. I'm not trading up in round 1. If anything, I almost like the idea of maybe if you can find somebody that wants to move up, if you could even trade down a little bit.
And maybe one of those quarterbacks. Maybe the quarterbacks linger and you got that 5th-year option possibility, and you get a team that wants to move up to secure that they have that extra year.
Yeah, I think the quarterback could always be one of those deals. And then with how many teams it feels like kind of need a receiver, maybe a team would want to move up for one of those guys if the Cowboys are willing to pass on any one of those receivers that happens to be available there. We did find out today that it looks like the Giants are wanting to already move on from their former 1st-round wide receiver, Kadarius Toney.
Good.
They're already looking to send him away. So there's another wide receiver that is kind of out there and for the taking for teams that need one. But yeah, I'm not trading up, and I feel confident that you're going to get a good player really no matter what sitting there at 24. And if you found a way to trade down a little bit from there, I wouldn't be upset about it either. But one of those offensive linemen are going to be there. Maybe you get just completely lucky and a George Karlaftis falls to you. I don't find that overly likely, but I'd be in on that because who did we have here? The UCLA, Sean Ryan.
Sean Ryan.
You get him in the second round because you got George Karlaftis in round 1.
I'd love that combo.
And then what do we go get? Our other guy that we had on Boise State's Khalil.
Shakur.
Okay, now we rock and roll, huh?
That'd be a nice trio. Absolutely.
So I feel good about really the way, however this is going to shake out. They don't need to move up from 24.
No, I don't think this draft is necessary for that at all. Yes, Earl Thomas does want to return to the NFL after a 2-year hiatus.
Is his
Am
brother,
I interested?
Is it a package deal with his brother?
No. And it probably is a package deal, nor do I want him or his brother. And the NFL is expected to have a Christmas Day triple header for the first time in league history. They're going to go head-to-head with the NBA. And who do you think will win that ratings battle?
I'll tell you what, if it was playoff time at that point, then I would say maybe the NBA would have a chance because these first-round NBA series have been, for the most part, pretty dang fun.
Oh, they've been amazing.
But regular season December basketball can really go bleep itself if the NFL has anything to do with it.